Hello, friends, and welcome back to Classical Chats. I'm Hayden,
I'm Liz.
your two musical friends with lots of opinions. Now, before we get into today's video, if you enjoy our content, if you enjoy musical content and content on British dramas, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. We've talked about The Prom, Hamilton, The Sound of Music, our top three faves and least favorites on top of the entire season 4 of The Crown. If that content interests you and anything like that at all, be sure to join our Classical Chats family. So,
Absolutely.
what are we doing today, Liz?
So, a little bit of bonus content here. We talked about it in our Sound of Music review, but we today are going to be presenting our dream casting of a Sound of Music remake.
Yes, this came about while we were talking about The Sound of Music offline, and we were having so
Oh,
much
yes.
fun thinking about this that we decided
Yes.
to share it with all of you. So, who's at the top of the cast list? Who's our first role?
So, I am going off of Concordia Theatrical's cast list based off of the live stage production. And so the first role is none other than Maria Rayner. Um, how do you solve a problem like
Like
Maria?
Maria.
And so this is going to be our most ambiguous choice because we both
Yes.
agree that Maria should be played by somebody who is not currently discovered. So
Yes.
somebody who has not done Broadway before, somebody who has not done any movies before, completely new to us. Nikki Blonsky-esque type casting if you think of the 2007 Hairspray.
Yes, I completely stand by a open call and just let the talent shine because Maria is
Yeah.
such a big role and the part is so vocally demanding that
Mm-hmm.
find someone fresh, find someone new.
Yes. Yes,
Give
yes,
someone
yes.
else the spotlight. We don't need another Hollywood actress who can act really well but can't really sing carrying
Mm-hmm.
this role. You need someone who's well rounded. So yeah, complete open casting call. Go for it.
Yes. Ideally, it would be me, but I'm just throwing my name into the ring there.
Of
But
course.
um, but no, I mean, it would be so nice. And Maria is obviously the center of this whole show. But having somebody who we don't associate any other roles with would be so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
This is our Maria. This is our generation's Maria. And it's hard to fill the shoes of Julie Andrews, but I think there are people out there with the talent who just have not been discovered yet, and we need to find those people.
I
So,
agree. I agree. Give someone else. Give someone complete. And this opens up the ideas for color blindness. Give someone who's
mm-hmm.
maybe make Maria different. Who knows?
Yeah,
But yes, Maria completely blind. Casting
yes,
choice.
yes, yes, yes. So the next one on the list, we're gonna head to the Nuremberg Abbey and the Mother Abbess. So the Mother Abbess,
Reverend Mother herself.
Reverend Mother herself.
I stand by the one thing that The Sound of Music Live with Carrie Underwood got right. They had Audra McDonald play this part, and I stand
We
by that decision.
we need Audra. We just need Audra.
We
We
need her.
need Audra in this role.
Give her all
It
the
makes so much
work.
sense.
She's so talented, so wonderful. Give her all the work.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to lump the next three together. And that's Sister Berta, who is the mistress of novices, Sister Margareta, who's the mistress of postulants, and then Sister Sophia. So Berta in the show is kind of the mean one.
Okay.
She's the mean one. Sister Margareta is the really nice one. And then I know you've not seen the live stage version of it, but in How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria, Sister Sophia sings all of the other lines that they had like that chorus of um nuns singing.
Okay. Okay.
So she's like the third one with them.
Okay. So I had a lot of fun with this. So I think the stern one should be Whoopi. The fun one,
Oh, I
Kathy.
disagree.
The fun one, Kathy and Jimmy, and then the other one, Sophie as Bet.
Sophia.
Yeah,
See,
Sophie as Bet.
I personally, I was thinking more the one that kind of hates her and is ragging on her and everything. That should be Bette Midler.
Oh yes, I agree. Yes, now to
That one
phrase it,
should be Bette
yes.
Midler.
Mm-hmm.
That one should be Bette Midler. Sister Margareta, the really happy-go-lucky one, needs to be Kathy
Kathy and
Najimy.
Jimmy.
Just has to. And then Sister Sophia, who just is randomly not on either side of anything, but is there and putting in her 2 cents every so often, needs to be Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, have
Needs to
a
be Whoopi
little
Goldberg.
homage to Sister Act. Have that because when
Sister
I saw the
Act,
nuns,
yes.
that's all I thought of was Sister Act. Where's Whoopi? So completely. Maybe find a way to
Yes.
get Babs in there, Barbara Streisand. Maybe make a
Oh
fourth
my
role.
god.
Maybe some. I don't know, but that would
And
be Audra with those three would be
oh my god.
perfect.
I want it so badly.
That'd be
I want it so badly.
perfect.
So now we switch over to the Von Trapp household, and we have none other than Captain Georg von Trapp. And honestly, thinking about this role is really what got me thinking about wanting to do this video, just talking about making a remake for The Sound of Music whatsoever. And I will stand by this till the day I die. Chris Evans needs to play Captain Von Trapp.
America's sweetheart himself, America's lovable sweetheart, Chris Evans. He would. I'd be very curious to see what he would bring to the character of Von Trapp because he's so.
Absolutely.
With a good rewrite, you could really humanize and really round
Yes.
out. And he's always wanted to be in a musical, and here's his opportunity.
Yes. Well, and he's always wanted to be in a musical. This wouldn't necessarily show off his dance abilities, but neither is the other role that he's currently cast in for a movie remake, which is he's currently cast to play Orin the dentist in a remake of Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, and that doesn't really have a lot of dancing.
Doesn't have a lot of dancing. Neither does this, but there is the whole scene between him and Maria, where they truly fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And so he could show off a little bit of dance abilities there. We could get him singing. And additionally, the fact that he has played Christopher Plummer's grandson in the movie Knives Out, he knew Christopher Plummer. I feel like there's a little bit of sentimentality with that.
I agree.
And if anybody is going to pull off being a stern captain fighting against the Nazis, why not have a guy who has already played a stern captain who has fought against the Nazis?
Might as well.
Just make him sing this time.
Captain America himself, do it.
I think he would just be so endearing. And he has that sternness about him. He can be scary. He's played the villain many a time in different movies. But have him have that sternness, but then also see him be a dad and see him sing and dance and everything that he has at least led on in interviews that he would like to do.
And he has a soft side. He has charm.
Yes, he does.
He has charm. He has wit.
Yes, he
so
does.
he can really give Von Trapp a completely different side. So I completely stand by having Chris Evans be Captain Von Trapp.
Yeah. And along with that, as we are doing this during casting, if you've not seen our Sound of Music review, we both agree that the script needs a rewrite.
Yes.
The music is fantastic. The music is some of the best music written for the stage ever, and it translates so well to theater. Mm-hmm. But the script is missing something. It could use a little bit of a bump. So
yes, a good gentle hand could really make it into something really great.
Yeah. So I'm going to group the next 3 characters together, and that is Franz the butler, Frau Schmidt, the housekeeper, and Ursula, the maid.
So this is where you and I both agreed that we could get some of the Downton Abbey staff because the butler's fun. So the actor who played Thomas
Yes.
would be great as the butler, but I would really want him to bring a Tim Curry-ness from Clue.
Yes.
That's what I really want, is this like Tim Curry dry wit,
Mhm.
his girl Friday type pacing to it. And
Yeah.
Joanna Foghart, I believe is her name, the actress who played Anna, could easily
Hmm.
translate. Or you could have the actress who did Mrs. Patmore as well, because she's portrayed a little bit
Yeah.
older. You could have Mrs. Patmore do it
Yeah.
as well, and then have oh my god, this just popped in my head, because then Ursula could be Daisy.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
sweet.
that'd be
That
so
would be sweet.
good. That'd be so good.
Either way, I feel like if you just take Franz, Frau Schmidt, and Ursula, and you basically just take any combination from the Downton Abbey cast and just throw them in there, you're gonna be set. You're gonna be set.
Yes, you're gonna be sad. Have Thomas's sassy monus come back out, his being just an aggressive, sassy gay man, and that's some energy the show needs. A good sassy,
Yes.
but subtle.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And I mean, all of three of the roles tend to be a little bit more cameo style. They're
Hmm.
not big characters in the show. But just having that little moment of, wait a second, is that Thomas from Downton Abbey?
Oh my god, it is him! Oh my god, good for him for getting
Yes.
work. That'd be so
Yeah.
good.
Something along the lines of that. Now, next we have the children. And you and I have not really discussed the children much, but I have one person that I want to
I
like throw in there.
I stand by an idea of having it be similar to Maria, have it be an open call, because
Mhm.
it has such
Yeah,
a wide age range. You could
absolutely.
really, if there's a girl or a boy who's already been in something, this would be a great platform to boost them or get someone's
Hmm.
foot in the door. So I completely am in the side of have it be completely open. Don't have
Yeah.
it not be the producers or directors' kids. No,
Oh God, no. I'm
have it
sorry,
be
but no.
have it be like a Billy Elliot situation where it's a little kid that's
Hmm.
been on Broadway, or have it
Yeah,
be, a rising star that's been in some Disney shows that breaks away, like a Zendaya.
yeah.
Have that. Oh my God, Zendaya in this somehow? That'd be great. But
I
what do
don't
you
know where I would put her in, but yeah.
don't know
Um,
either. But thought
I
just popped.
think I think with children, you're going to need to have to do an open call of some kind. Um, I would love to see people like a McKenna Grace in this who
Yes.
have experience, who have done movies before. I mean, unfortunately, you don't want a cast of all newbies. And obviously, we already have some like big stars that we want in this movie.
Mhm.
But for some of the children, you're going to be able to pull from Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, and just child actors who have had work recently. And especially for the older children, it's easy to hire somebody to play 16 in this industry.
Mhm.
It's when you're thinking about the younger ones, Gretel, who is
Yes.
supposed to play 5,
5.
Marta, who's supposed to be 7, Brigida, who's 9, Kurt, that's 10. When you're getting down to those kind of ages, that's when you're going to really need to be pulling from newer talent or talent that we might not know as well.
And I would feel more comfortable pulling from a Broadway world, not necessarily Disney
Yes.
or Nickelodeon or anything like that, but they have a different caliber that they
Hmm.
expect out of their acting, and in some cases they can maybe phone it in. And
Yeah.
this is roles that you can't really phone in because the kids are on screen
No.
so often. I would much
Yes.
rather have a kid who went up in some form of Broadway training. I
Absolutely.
think I would feel much more comfortable with that. and then have a screen test where they are with Chris Evans because they're supposed to be his kids.
Yes.
We need to have a good dynamic with
Yes.
them. They have to mesh well.
Yeah.
I would feel more comfortable pulling from Broadway and maybe
Absolutely.
like the older two kids, maybe have them be from something, like an Abigail Breslin,
Yeah.
like how Abigail Breslin's getting
Yeah.
work, how she started in Little Miss Sunshine, have her
Hmm.
be, she's too, at this time, she's too old now, but that
Yeah.
example.
But like a McKenna Grace, or
Mm-hmm.
even pulling some of the kids who have some of the kids from It or Stranger Things.
Oh, hell
Um,
yeah. Hell yeah.
that way, you're also pulling in a different demographic with pulling in actors from those franchises because
Mm-hmm.
they are known, they have their following.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but also just making sure that they can sing and that they can keep up with everyone else in the cast in terms of being able to sing
Could you imagine
while
if
still not.
if Millie Bobby Brown was in this?
No, I don't see that.
I
I
don't see
don't see
that
that
either.
working.
I don't see she's too sinister. She's too I don't trust her.
And
I would
yeah,
want
and
something
I
more like a McKenna
almost,
Grace or like a
yeah,
Miranda Cosgrove type where she's kind of
yeah,
doe-eyed, kind of fun,
yeah.
sarcastic, but
I could see, oh God, what's his name? He's in Stranger Things. He has the lisp in it. I think it's like Gatton or something.
is he the one that has the curly
Curly
hair?
hair.
Oh yeah, I could
Yes.
see him fine,
I
kind of
could see
dorky.
him being like, maybe, well, Kurt's a little young for him, but somebody like that. And he has plenty of stage experience.
Hmm.
He played Jack in a production of Into the Woods at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, good for him.
So
Yeah, so he
he
can
has
do it.
Broadway experience.
Yeah.
He was Gavroche in Les Mis on Broadway.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. So he can do it.
So
I would.
he has the background.
That's the kind of person I'm looking for, and not saying Millie
Yeah.
Bobby Brown can't do it, but she's very
No, it's just,
dramatic and sinister, and
and that's not this
that's
musical.
not the. She's very talented. She's very beautiful. She's
Yes.
got a wonderful career ahead of her.
Yeah.
I don't think she could be a Von Trapp kid. I don't think she could.
No. Okay. So, with that all being said, let's talk about the love interest of the oldest Von Trapp kid, Rolf.
Tom Holland. Point blank. Period. Move on.
Tom Holland.
Move on.
Tom
Move
Holland.
on. Move on. He
We don't even need to go into it. Tom Holland would be fantastic
he can
as
pull
it,
off
and
any
he
hair
can still
color.
play.
He can pull off any hair
He
color,
can, and he still looks like he could play 17 going on 18.
mm, his
Sorry, baby
people
face, but yes.
his people know how to keep his skin looking youthful. So yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Holland completely. He has experience with Billy Elliot, and he's a very promising. So this would be something fun
Yeah.
for him to do.
Yeah.
Very charming,
Yes.
complete.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it would be fun to see him then turn into a bit of a bad guy at the end. And again, I stand by the doing what's in the stage play where Rolf and Liesel have a moment at the end
Hmm.
and Rolf chooses not to call for the Nazis.
Yeah, not in the
Um
65. No, no, I stand by that.
yeah.
Let them have the moment. I
Yes.
completely agree with that.
And he can just flex his acting muscles with that, with whoever ends up being Liesel. And could, yeah, he
Hmm.
has the talent to pull off that role.
Completely.
Now, oh, Elsa Schrader, who is the Countess. Now, realize that in our version of this remake, we are adding back in the original two songs that were cut from the movie
Yes.
to give Elsa more of a rounded character because that's important.
Do you want to know the first person that pops in my head right now? The very first.
Who?
Idina Menzel.
I'm just gonna say no because her songs are so soprano-y and she can't do
Yeah.
it.
I'm thinking more of like image. Like she could look because
Image-wise,
yeah,
yes.
image wise, yes, but the her voice isn't that. She's more of like a mezzo, and you need to be a soprano.
So for me, the two that come to mind are Michelle Dockery and Anne Hathaway.
Yes, completely. I would love to see Michelle Dockery do this. I
Mhm.
would love, because she did so well as Lady Mary, and the other projects she's been in, they've been really good. So
Yeah.
I would love to see her, because then for the other character of Max, you could bring in, I believe it's, yeah, Alan Leach, who played Tom Branson
Oh, he would
In
be
Downton
good.
Abbey, and they have a great relationship already on stage and on screen. So
Yeah.
you could bring those
Well,
in.
the other one that we talked about off screen for Max, Uncle Max Detweiler, was Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci, hell yes. Stanley Tucci can do no wrong in my eyes.
And I
He
feel like he has the perfect amount of charm to pull off Max, because Max can be such a divisive character
mhm,
because he's a mooch.
mhm.
He is just plainly and simply a mooch. And I feel like Stanley Tucci just being like, well, I had to
The
make all of these
Tooch.
phone calls, and it's just like on Georg's phone. Well, of course.
Duh.
I feel like he has that endearingness to him where it's just like we can't be mad at him.
Mhm.
But
And Anne Hathaway and Stanley Tucci have been in The Witches. They've been in Devil Wears
oh yeah.
Prada. So they have,
Yeah.
and they have a good on-screen relationship. So I would love to
Yeah.
see them be reunited again.
Yes. Well, and also I love the idea of reuniting Stanley Tucci and Chris Evans because they worked on the original Captain America together.
Mm-hmm.
Um again, full circle kind of things.
Full circle kind of things.
Yes.
And again, you can go much like Kevin Kline. You cannot go wrong with Stanley Tucci. You cannot go wrong with Kevin
No.
Kline. I stand
Yeah.
by that. You cannot change my mind.
Yeah, no. So those are our kind of choices for Elsa Schrader and Max Detweiler. The only other characters that we have are Herr Zeller, Baron Elberfeld, and Admiral von Schreiber, who are all two of them are Nazis, and then one of them is the guy who has a couple of lines being like, "Oh, he's flying the Austrian flag. It's a good thing."
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, um, oh, it's Herr Zeller, I think, is the jerk who's just like, no, Third Reich, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. He's Third Reich, blah, 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 blah. I would really love to see him be played by John Hamm. Because then you would
Oh,
have a wonderful dynamic with Chris Evans and John Hamm. Because John Hamm's down to clown. John
no,
Hamm
yes.
is such a good time on screen. So I would love to
Mhm.
see that dynamic when they're trying to escape and they turn the lights on.
Mhm.
Oh, where are you going? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
So I would love to have that moment with John Hamm because he's so sinister. He can be such a
Oh,
bad
yes.
guy.
Yeah.
Or Jamie Dorian, the guy from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, yeah, Jamie,
Is it
Jamie
Jamie
Dornan.
Dorian? Jamie Dornan, not
Dornan.
Jamie Dorian. Jamie
Yeah.
Dornan, excuse
Yeah.
me. That was my mistake. But because
He would also be
he
creepy
doesn't
and-
sing. Hale Zedler doesn't sing.
No.
That's a non-singing
No.
role. So you could have either
Yeah.
one of them, and that would be great because they're
Yeah.
both really good at being sinister, and they're down to
Yeah.
clown. So I
Yeah.
completely stand by that.
Yeah. And then Baron Elberfelder, Admiral von Schreiber. I feel like you could pull in any decent actor.
Anybody.
It's such a those are such small roles that it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Just not James Gordon.
Just not James Corden.
Not
Please.
James Corden.
Please.
No. Do not
No.
touch this. No.
Well, if he's going to play a role, just put him in a Nazi uniform. and
put
have
him in one of
scream a
these
couple
last
things.
two. Put him in these one or
yeah.
two.
Put him in one of these two.
God,
But
you
that's
don't
it.
you don't have him touch it. Now, I would love a cameo with Dame Julie Andrews at the ball
Of course.
because there's
Yes.
so many people.
I already said this to you. I believe I was the one who put this in your mind. So I'm
Yes, you
taking
did.
credit for my
Oh,
idea.
hell yeah. I'm citing my source. You said it. I'm citing my source.
Yeah, no, we need Dame Julie Andrews to sign off on this, give her blessing, appear in one of the scenes somewhere, whether she would like to play a nun and just be in the abbey or if she would like to be a part of the ballroom scene.
I would
think
personally
that's
love to have her in the ballroom because then there's so many
Oh,
things you can
yes.
do. You have the passing of the torch of Maria. You have the
Yeah.
Queen of Genovia and Princess Mia reunite there very quickly.
If you have Annie playing Elsa.
If you have Anne Hathaway, And also, this is a wonderful opportunity, as we both jointly discussed. In the ball, you can have all the Von Trapp kids that are still alive. You can have them come
Yes.
back, and that could be a really good
Yes.
reunion scene to give us, the audience, what we want, which is
Absolutely.
old and the new.
I feel like there has to be so much homage done with this. This is
Mm.
not one of those where we say the original was trash, so we're completely ignoring it. No, the original was fantastic. It's just some of the dialogue was trash.
Yeah,
Choices.
some of the writing had choices.
Some of the writing was choices. But with a revamped script that still fits 1930s Vienna, we are
Mm-hmm.
not trying to modernize this in any way.
No.
We just want a nice refresh with all of the songs that we love, some new faces, some faces that we already know, but just a refresh on this wonderful, wonderful musical that might improve upon the actual dialogue that was written.
Yeah, the dialogue's a little clunky. So,
Yeah.
and some of the characterizations could be rounded out a little bit better. And I think with this cast, one, I would love to hang out with them in the downtime.
Oh,
I
yes.
would love to hang out with them in this imaginary cast. And just to be able to say, I got to be in The Sound of Music with Dame Julie Andrews. That not many people can say anymore.
Oh, no, 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 no. But I think that is just our overall view. Of course, there's then the neighbors of Captain Von Trapp, nuns, novices, postulants, and contestants at the festival concert. I would love for like the winners of the second and third place of the festival concert to be like classical musicians, like
Oh my
people
god,
who are
could you imagine Cecilia Bartoli coming out as the third place and not leaving the stage? Could you imagine that?
Yes.
Oh my god, I would
Uh,
love that. Because
and
I
it,
love her. I love Cecilia Bartoli.
and it's just a wink at the classical community because honestly, the people who still perform this, the people who still do The Sound of Music, you've got a lot of high schools, a decent amount of high schools, I should say. Not a lot of colleges as much anymore, but in terms of professional companies doing this, it's a lot more of opera based
Mm-hmm.
companies as opposed to musical theater based companies, just because musical theater has shifted so much to the more modern styling that we don't have as much legit singing going on in musicals nowadays. And I don't mean legit as in what they're singing isn't legitimate. No, that's
It's just
legit
a different
soprano is
technique.
what they
It's
actually refer to it as. But so much of the opera community is moving into performing these golden age musicals. Show a little nod to that as well.
oh hell yeah. Have oh, who'd be a good tenor to accept the second place? That'd be something fun. I just want Cecilia Bartoli because she looks like
Yeah,
she looks like
she would fit right in.
well, and she looks like Kathy Najimy's sister. So it'd be people be like, what? It's like this
Yes.
what like that'd be something
What?
fun because she looks so similar to Kathy Najimy.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I would love that. And you could have classical people in the choruses for fill out all the various roles of postulates and
Yes. Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
That'd
Yes.
be a fun
Yes.
little wink to the camera of we know who still performs this.
Yeah.
And it'd give us what we want. So Hollywood, if you're watching, if you're listening, hey, we've given you the
Here
perfect
it
cast.
is. Yes. Here it is.
As long as
Call
you
us.
cite
Call
your
us.
source in the script, we can be like person 485 right at the bottom.
Consider me for the role of Maria. Put us in the chorus.
Consider me for the role of script supervisor because I'm really good at pointing out when continuity's off.
Absolutely. So, I think we did the thing.
We did the thing.
This is our dream cast of a remake of The Sound of Music.
Yes.
Starring Chris Evans and
the Tooch.
starring Chris Evans and the Tooch and Yeah, that's who we want to see. John Hamm.
Of course, I love John Hamm. He can kind of do no wrong. He's so charming and he's really good at what he does. But
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
if you've enjoyed spending time with us, one, thank you. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, bell notification, join the Classical Chats family as we are slowly growing and expanding. All of our socials are in the link down below in the description box. Our podcast, where we talk more in the world of music, if you enjoy spending time with us and aren't too annoyed at our voices yet, please join our family, join the Classical Chats clan, and as always, have a great rest of your day, and of course,
Stay musical.
bye.
Bye.